Welcome to New Jersey Patriot News, your source for Second Amendment news in New Jersey and around the nation. I'm your host, Matthew Bartkey. Today is Wednesday, February 7th, 2024. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ordered a stay Monday pending appeal on the permanent injunction issued by California Federal District Court Judge Roger Benitez in the Rody v. Bonta case. The case challenges the constitutionality of California's law requiring a background check on ammunition purchases, as well as its ban on the direct shipping of ammunition to consumers. Judge Benitez, in his ruling, found the law in violation of the Second Amendment, as well as the Interstate Commerce Clause of the Constitution, and issued a permanent injunction. The permanent injunction led to what was being referred to as the Second Freedom Week, where consumers were able to order and receive ammunition orders directly, as well as purchase locally without a background check, mirroring a similar event regarding the Duncan v. Bonta case, where a week gap between injunction and stay allowed Californians the opportunity to purchase magazines that hold over 10 rounds. The stay puts the law back into effect while its appeal is considered. The Rody v. Bonta case has been in progress for 8 years, with the case having been held at the Ninth Circuit Court until the Bruin decision in 2022. Following the Bruin decision, the Rody case as well as the Duncan case were remanded back to the District Court for further consideration. Both cases now again sit for consideration for the Ninth Circuit. Attorney General Merrick Garland, on behalf of the U.S. government, filed a petition for writ of certiorari to the Supreme Court today in the case of Vanderstock v. Garland. The case, which began in Texas, was appealed to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, challenges the ATF's new Frames and Receivers rule, which reclassifies firearms parts or pieces which can be made into parts by the end user treating them as regulated items. The Fifth Circuit had previously found the rule violates both the Second Amendment as well as the ATF's mandate, overstepping its authority to redefine a frame or receiver beyond the scope authorized by Congress. The ATF contends that their authority is implied and must be updated to keep up with changes in technology. Supreme Court disposition on this case may rely on a decision in the already argued Loper-Bright case, which stems from a case regarding commercial fishermen and requirements issued by federal agencies, but may set the scope and reach of authority for federal agencies, reining in their ability to interpret laws and create regulations based on the Chevron deference doctrine established previously from the namesake 1984 case. New Jersey Senate Bill S-1425 has been scheduled for a hearing tomorrow, February 8th at 10 a.m. with the Senate Law and Public Safety Committee. The bill, reintroduced from the previous legislative session by Democratic State Senators Troy Singleton and Linda Greenstein, states that its purpose is to expand culpability requirements for firearms trafficking offenses and violations of regulatory provisions relating to firearms. The changes to the existing law are few, however, Second Amendment experts point out that the small changes in wording create the potential for significant abuse. The current text states, "A licensed dealer who sells or transfers a firearm to a person knowing that person intends to sell, transfer, assign, or otherwise dispose of that firearm to a person who is disqualified from possessing a firearm under state or federal law is guilty of a crime of the second degree," where the amended text would read, "A licensed dealer who sells or transfers a firearm to a person when the dealer knows or reasonably should know that person intends to sell, transfer, assign, or otherwise dispose of that firearm to a person who is disqualified from possessing a firearm under state or federal law is guilty of a crime of the second degree." Critics of the bill state that the change from knowing to reasonably should know puts the burden of knowing the future and any possibility a crime may be committed on the licensed firearms dealer rather than on those who actually break the law. This is New Jersey Patriot News, your source for Second Amendment news in New Jersey and around the nation. I'm Matthew Bartkey. Thanks for listening.